И я сижу на сочинском пляжу и на воду синюю гляжу. Вдруг ко мне подходит хренотей, синяя фуражка на бекрень, а документы требует найти и куда-то требует пройти. Пошел нахуй! Пошел нахуй! Пошел нахуй, пидорас! Пошел нахуй! Пошел нахуй! Пошел нахуй, пидорас! Я в районе солнечном живу, и я люблю зеленую траву, но пришла по почте хренотень, что прийти я должен в тот же день. Пишет мне зеленый человек, что в казарме буду я навек. Пошел нахуй! Пошел нахуй! Пошел нахуй, пидорас! Пошел нахуй! Пошел нахуй! Пошел нахуй, пидорас! И я по свету белому хожу, и я простое счастье нахожу, но стучится в двери хренотень, принесла мне белый бюллетень, требует, чтоб я голосовал, за кого начальник приказал. Пошел нахуй! Пошел нахуй! Пошел нахуй, пидорас! Пошел нахуй! Пошел нахуй! Пошел нахуй, пидорас!
Здорово, горлиты, здорово, Васютки. Ну что, погода летняя, это всего лишь 2 апреля, но пока с кайфом, пока кайфуем. Градусы, 20 градусов, больше не надо, больше не надо. Я сегодня еще новости читал, там будет вообще аномальная жара опять, о боже мой. Там, короче, трэш будет, катаклизмы какие-то там, смерчи, неурожай и так далее. Короче, фу шуе, готовьтесь, готовьтесь. Не ждем как и не ждем, а готовимся, да. Как говорится, фушур. Здорово, Реза, лови респект. С кайфом, с кайфом. Бля, кондер, что-нибудь, да, окно открывать. Ну, единственное, что у меня всегда оно получается, какое оно? Окно у меня. Если у меня там запад, если у меня утром восток там, а запад там, то есть сзади меня садится солнце, а окно слева от меня, то есть... подожди, стало трудно долго думать. Получается, там восток, там запад. То есть там север, да? У меня северное окно. Да. Короче, и ну, солнце оттуда мне вообще не идет. Я вообще не получаю солнца. Вот из-за того, что теплые деньки, я вообще очень кайфую с этого всего. Я высыпаюсь. Мне нужно 4-5 часов, чтобы выспаться. Я бодрый, я не хочу спать целый день. У меня вот буквально неделю назад, когда холодно было, когда дождь хуярил, кумар был лютейший. До 11 часов я овощ. Официально, хоть сколько ты не спи, чувак. У кого-то наоборот. У кого-то бывает наоборот. Когда тепло, охота кумарить. У меня нет такого. У меня наоборот продуктивность выросла, как по Карлита. Как пап Карла я работаю. Он вчера бота изучал для ТГ. Ни разу не щупал эту тему. Вот сейчас решил потестить. Ну, прикольно. Сейчас потом поиграем, я опять вернусь туда. Прошаривание. Но такого погружения, как в этот Stable Diffusion, не будет такого. Чтобы без стримов месяц, такого не будет. Такого не будет, да. Я по чуть-чуть буду время уделять, а когда я был в Stable Diffusion, это просто канапс, да. Я просто приходил и все изучал. Я всю базу изучил, все вот эти вот основные модели, всякие лоры, еще там какие-то хрени, вот эти вот всякие, как они, промпты, как вписывать. Вот эту всю хрень я изучил, там еще потом накидывал всякие расширения, так скажем, я уже даже не помню, как они называются, да и не важно, в принципе. Вот, так что я изучал вообще с кайфом. Сейчас вроде почекал все. Оно было хорошо, когда был еще Firefly с фотошопом, можно было там что-нибудь скачать, какую-нибудь картинку ты сделал крутейшую. А потом ее в фотошопе обработал. Что-нибудь допом докинул. Сейчас вот такого нет. Сейчас такого нету. Сейчас говорят платить чувак. Ну и что я сделаю? Вот что я сделаю. Поэтому 100% скидки нет. 100% додж. Нас задоджили. Или там триал, короче, бери и хуйней занимайся. Либо покупай там какие-то ключи тоже на неделю, там не так дорого будет. У каких-то сторонних чуваков. Короче, ну, хуйня. Вот, и как вот так можно, что ты приходишь и, блядь, делать тебе ничего не охота. Мне пиздец охота, я себе всегда занятия найду. Я бы наоборот, я бы ёбнулся, если бы меня совсем в СЖ задушило. Мне нравится что-нибудь самому чекать, изучать. А это все хуйня, бля, полная. Я бы не вывез, например, с какими-то теми же детьми, это вообще пизда. Я себя в этом не представляю, ну может быть пока хуй его знает. Я бы не вывез, я бы дропнул нахуй. Я бы дропнул в семью и ушел опять стримить. Чеснок. Так, в общем, что мы делаем-то? Что мы делаем? Мы, в принципе, все задания сделали. Вот. Незаконченные дела с профсоюзом. Вот они. В принципе, все закончат, что это профсоюз, что это профсоюз, что это профсоюз, что это профсоюз. А также криптозоологи. Мы все задания у них официально сделали. Вот они в готовом. Тут можно где-то они в списке должны быть. И также, что у нас тут есть? В основном мейн-квесты всякие. Я бы не сказал, что вот это какое-то задание от профсоюза. Но это какая-то херня. Профсоюзы это что? Это Еврар, вот эти вот хрени всякие. Да, AORUS вот это. Она уплыла, мы с ней поговорили, задание закончено. Я считаю, что можно двигаться сейчас дальше. Ну, уже конец близок, я считаю. Нам еще немного стримов и закончим, я думаю. Не знаю, сколько там надо, чего. И диска будет all good. Все, мы тут прочитали в прошлой части. Мы тут были. Только мы дальше не пошли. Сейчас посмотрим, как оно вообще. Бетонная труба, погребенная под песком и пылью. И лут. Внезапно ты чувствуешь, что не можешь двинуться с места, голову заполняет оглушающий белый шум, странный. Такой странной боли ты еще никогда не испытывал. Сквозь помехи тебя доносится женский голос. Как будто голоса тысячи радиостанций одновременно взорвались в твоей голове, но разобрать ты можешь только ее слова. Я знаю, что тебе сейчас не очень хорошо, постарайся не шевелиться, не сопротивляться, иначе станет только хуже, произнес призрачным голосом фигуры с прибором. Не могу сказать, что испытываю радость, офицер. Я очень надеялась и избежать этой встречи, но вышло, что вышло. На слове офицер ты чувствуешь новый приступ боли, похоже, будто все частоты мира бьют напрямую по твоим нервным узлам. Это не поможет. Ёбаный рот. Я использую компрессор долготы в серости в напарником радиусе его действия. Компрессор долготы в серости используют, чтобы сделать серость более управляемой. Если собрать их достаточное количество, можно покрыть серость сетью радиосигналов, обработать таким образом все пространство. Сигналы передают через сеть ретрансляционных станций, прикрепленных к буйкам. Она делает паузу. Работать на этих станциях — то еще удовольствие. В одиночестве, в серости люди хотят сходить с ума за несколько лет. То есть то, что мы испытываем, это концентрация радиоволн. Именно, это антенна промышленного класса. Она создает измерения в среде, которые вообще не предусматривает. Стоит ли говорить, что частоты запредельные? Она в наушниках, да? В верхней пределе используется масштабный генератор простых чисел, созданный специально для компрессора широт в серости, поэтому можете слышать цифры, а еще то, что передают по местным радиоволнам. Он же давно торчит здесь в полном одиночестве, не с кем словом перекинуться, продолжая разговор и, возможно, сумеешь освободиться. Да, перед тем, как испытать он других, сама сунула туда голову. Мне показалось, что это будет этично. Ощущение не из приятных, более того, не такое сильное, но я могу... Боль было не такое сильное, я могу себе представить, что ты испытываешь.
God damn it. Fine, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
She's carrying a 2-barrel front load. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences.
Что ж, не то чтобы тебе стало получше, но хотя бы теперь ты можешь сформулировать предложение, думать уже не так больно.
The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It It still hurts like hell, but
Получилось, словно компресс лежит на боку, в голове снова тишина, все еще чертовски больно.
she looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it. Problem solving.
Ma'am, put the gun down. That's not the solution to your problems.
Oh, yes, it is.
She's truly desperate. She thinks she has no other options.
На полном отчаянии уверен, что нет другого выбора. Твоя задача представить ей выбор.
You know, this is how you talk her out of it. It's the only scenario in which she lives.
Ёпта, самый сложнейший выбор в мире.
She stares at you, frozen, the gun still in her mouth. Gratitude, doubt. She's still ready to go. Her neck and shoulders relax, and her grip on the gun loosens.
Day of miracles. I'll take it.
She runs past you, then past the lieutenant, and disappears into the darkness of the...
Good call. I would have done the same, had I not been incapacitated. Really? That's your takeaway? I'm certain she didn't do it. Her tent. We should check it out.
Really though? Дуармин, во. Лутик. Впереди насколько хватает взгляда, лишь темная вода. Выхода нет, aware.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. It was pitched by practiced hands. She's used to camping out.
Установлена она умело.
The tent looks old, but well maintained.
Палатка выглядит старой, но аккуратной. Заметно, что за ней ухаживали. Внутри свернутый спальный мешок, кухонные принадлежности, несколько книг и керосиновая лампа. Разношерстное бульварное чтиво в мягком переплете. В основном ужасы. На одном из обложек изображение погребенной под снегом мотокареты, а другой воздушный корабль-призрак. Еще ты видишь коллекцию журналов для радиотехников-любителей. Я думаю сейчас не про палатку, я думаю сейчас она really могла себя закилять. Это что, была бы концовка? Рега, наука о материалах. Еще несколько технических брошюр. На одной из обложек нет картинок, это не журнал, это записная книжка.
We should read this immediately, like right now.
A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket. It's made of full grain leather.
Она сделана из нешлифованной кожи. Сзади в левом нижнем углу отпечатано название производителя Шнеллер.
This was important to her when it was still hers. The journal falls open. A About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled. The large cursive of someone who
Почерк
writes
крупный. Такое бывает у людей,
confidently,
которые пишут быстро и уверенно.
perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs
Возможно,
have been
чересчур
crossed out
уверенно. Многие
with tiny
предложения
corrections
и даже
scrawled
целые
above the
абзацы
beginning of the mark.
перечеркнуты, а в междустрочье втиснуты крошечные исправления.
It's a mix of logistical notes,
Это смесь логических заметок, схем и размышлений. Везде проставлены
It's
даты.
good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot from this.
esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude
Эзотерическая радиотехника самой недавней, похоже, имеет отношение к компрессору долготы, наброски, расчет расстояния и плотности.
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information.
There could be useful information about local
В этих заметках может быть полезная информация о местных операциях. В моем участке есть младший лейтенант, который очень хорошо разбирается в кодах. Когда мы здесь закончим, могу передать списки ей.
Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to
Короткие,
pass the time
едкие
on the road.
заметки о людях и местах, видимо, просто способ скоротать время в дороге. А еще, по всей видимости, критерий размышлений по поводу сложных решений есть несколько записок со множеством знаков
The
вопроса.
way some of those question marks trail off into
Некоторые знаки
ellipses.
вопроса вводились столько раз, что они превратились в эллипсы.
Staff issues. Always tough on the leadership.
Проблемы с кадрами всегда тяжело отражаются на руководстве. Ты чувствуешь запах предательства.
The first entry is
Первая
from
запись
August
датирована 2 августа
of
прошлого
last
года.
year. It reads,
В ней говорится, я не знаю, что мое
"I know my
положение
position is
ненадежно,
precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful
но уже
as
в
I can
отшельниках
while
100 лет, что
for
ли?
a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable.
Что мне остается попытаться принести как можно больше пользы, пока я ищу выход.
Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though.
2 марта записи, 4 марта записи нет, а вот 5, чтобы об этом я еще пожалею.
Except
Мне плохо дается такое, я предан до безобразия, за исключением, но это уже совсем другой
you
разговор.
have no idea what she means. These are personal notes. Don't expect to understand all of it. The thick journal bound in Brabix. The most recent entry is from today.
Последняя запись сделана сегодня, в ней говорится, даже когда я выберусь отсюда, если вообще выберусь, что дальше, инсценировка линчевания — это преступление, даже если меня, ко всему прочему, не обвинят в убийстве, вечное бегство. Не такой открытой дороги мне хотелось.
Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
Эх, а мне так хотелось выиграть.
I just don't think she killed the mercenary.
Просто не думаю, что она убила наемника. Это всего лишь мое предположение. Мы ведь не выслушали ее версию произошедшего.
That would be a first. Or
Это будет
fourth.
первый случай или четвертый, кто знает. Вот что он думает. Реальные подставы встречаются очень редко.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that. We have other reasons to arrest her. Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than Wida's. Classy was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Perhaps she was trying
Руби
to steal attention from
указала
herself.
Ам-классе. Может быть, она хотела извлечь внимание от своей персоны.
Either way, we need to keep an eye on. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling and rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it.
Окей. Кое-кто. И куда она убежала? Ловушки тогда потом прочекаем. На следующий день, я думаю, наверное, уже.
Stop. Now. It is time.
Стой, вот оно, время пришло. Время чего? Катастрофа смерти тебе подсказывает полицейское чутье. Что мне делать? Будь готов к всему, не выпускай револьвер из рук. Твои пальцы рефлекторно ощупывают в кармане 9-миллиметрового вилье.
It would be better if you didn't have to. It's not.
Давай сюда. Вооружим. С кайфом. Засейвиться, наверное, надо.
I'm all out of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking
Не кончилось терпение гложопой. В ее глазах река радочный блеск. Пришло нахуй время платить по счетам.
Put your damn gun down.
Бери свое чертово оружие. Птицы сохраняют полное спокойствие. Могут пострадать люди.
Not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
This is the mercenary.
Наемник, который был у ворот. Его грудь вздымает и опадает под керамической пластиной, а пальцы сжимают рукояти из пистолета.
There's something very wrong with him.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return
Это
to
все
the village and
недоразумение,
forget
но
all
пока
about
что
it.
не случилось ничего непоправимого. Вы можете просто вернуться в казармы, и мы обо всем позабудем. Она готова пощадить нас, если мы просто забудем о нашем униженном убитом командире. Ее голос лишен эмоций, он... Это пугает. Я думаю, нам просто надо их всех убить.
You are all drunk. Come to
Вы
your
же все
senses.
пьяны, идите проспитесь. Судя по его тону, она очень уверена в себе. Вы не посмеете расстрелять 7 человек посреди улицы. Это вам не пограничный, не аванпост в джунглях.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it.
Я разберусь.
Facing overwhelmingly
Я
swift,
хорошо знаю таких ребят.
and he knows it.
Уверен, можем прийти к мирному решению. Мирному.
Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little.
Гнездо в брошюрной полости, как маленькая дикая мышка. Ты способен расслышать слова человека за маской, но толку от этого немного.
Fuck, there's a third one. How did we miss something like this?
The lieutenant is genuine.
Лейтенант на самом деле боится за свою жизнь, но нужно поговорить с ним, прежде чем ввязываться в это.
My plan is not to get killed.
В моих планах просто остаться в живых. Он кладет руку на кобуру, но мы должны вмешаться.
If this turns into a firefight, we should take him out first.
Если начать перестрелку, нам нужно нейтрализовать первым.
Sound strategy. He's the leader.
The mercenary tried
Это трибунал наемников, кивает лейтенант.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had
Отвали клоун, у полиции был шанс, но мы его просрали. Теперь мы тут устроим правосудие. Он облизывает губы и направляет оружие на толпу. А потом, потеряв равновесие, пялится и едва не падает.
I think he's calmed down a bit. No,
Похоже, он немного беспокоился.
about to open fire.
Нет, вовсе нет. Он вот начал стрелять.
You can't think that way now.
Pig fuck!
Свиноёбый голос и шлем прерывает свои размышления, но раз слышать получается только последнее слово.
People are gonna die today.
Люди будут сегодня умирать. Не сомневайся, мы просто так не уйдем. Эти туземцы сделали его всем на
No
потеху.
one is going to kill anyone.
Никто никого убивать не будет. Давайте уберем оружие и поговорим как цивилизованные люди.
A wordless gurgle.
Издав бессвязный звук, убийца заряжает длинную винтовку.
The leader gives a small
Командир слегка кивает мужчине в шлеме, рукоять с пистолета у тебя в руке вдруг становится теплой, несущей уверенность.
in your
Она
feels
словно
like
говорит тебе
saying,
давай.
No, wait. It's good you have that gun. It really is. Just soften him up first. Even if it comes to a fight.
Даже до головки сначала потянуть время не помешает. Залезть ему в душу.
Don't know about this.
Я не знаю насчет этого залезания в душу.
Gets under your
Что если он залезет в душу тебе?
your hand from trembling here.
И так еле удерживаю свою руку, чтобы не тряслась.
Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have, then move down from that. Please. Dangerous. Ask about him first. You don't want personal facts about his dead friend coming out of your mouth. He has to start it.
Sergeant Major Raul Cortiner, reporting in to burn.
Сержант-майор Рауль Картинар. Рапортую готовность сжечь ебаную землянку дотла.
As he moves, the interlocking
Когда он
pieces
двигается, переплетенные фрагменты его брони тихо постукивают.
click, click. The realization
В
comes
голове
to you.
щелкает, картина внезапно сходится. Его зовут Рауль Картинар, а покойника звали Элис Картинар.
The dead man, no.
Его брат.
Only foster brothers.
Неприемный, наверное, а Элиса сдали в приют. За убийство из рода и унижение нашего командира вы все приговоритесь к расстрелу.
Baby blue, yeah.
Ага, как у младенца, будто кто-то проебался и выдал взрослому мужчине детские глаза. И он все растягивает странная улыбка.
It was creepy, but
Выглядело
bitches
стрёмно, но
bitches like that shit
баба,
I
походу, такой любит. Ну или не знаю, кто любит, что любит бабы. Я знаю только, как косить пулями голожопых.
Fuck do you mean, talker?
We've heard testimony. People say he was charismatic, a nice guy to be around.
Yeah, he liked to chat up the natives, share leaflets, squeeze a bit of kit tass here and there. If Laylee was here, he would spare the lot of you. Maybe shoot one for sure. But me, I'm not a big fan of public affairs, clay monkey.
Ready to open fire, Major. At your command.
This one isn't used to being
С вами беру как долго ходить в броне и неудобно, но готов открыть огонь. Просто чтобы подстегнуть события.
Find his killer. Cop, his killer stands right there, shitting his pants, and you're standing. I know what this tactic is, Silo Sam. You're gonna
Я знаю, в чем твоя тактика. Он
right here.
пялится на тебя розовыми от спирта глазами, постукивая пальцами по пистолету, ты умрешь за них.
This did nothing. You
Прямо
think
здесь
you're onto
сегодня.
something? You just wasted time. Please, act.
You think I care what that company cunt thinks?
Смех звучит пусто.
She's fucking gone. She fucking sailed off. You're
Крик отражается от таком танцев, ёпта.
Stay cool. Don't do anything stupid. The company bitch is gone. Ladies.
Нет Боба из компании, нет Лили. Мы-то что до сих пор в этой дыре делаем? Она смотрит неожиданно устала, даже грустно. Парни, я невысокий мужичок, выходит из строя, я только помешаю. У меня и ствола-то нет. Я Тит поворачивает к своим, когда один из них убегает к заднему двору. Кто еще побежит, сам застрелю. Мы это сделаем вместе. Им страшно всем, дрожащий тростник по ветру, скоро они разбегутся, один за другим. Остальные останутся, выстоят, даже если умрут здесь с тобой.
Who the fuck is that?
Glacia, the woman upstairs. Where is she?
She left.
Unarmed, hunched, but keeping it together.
She left. Her room's cleaned out.
Номер пуст. Луч стал как раз перед появлением этих говнюков. Надо было ее арестовать.
You can feel how upset he is with himself. Just for a second. Then the fear takes.
Hey, Bushman! Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of this one.
For God's sake, tell him the Hardys didn't do it. Present a case.
Ради всего святого скажи им, что парни Харди не убивали, и ложи ситуацию. Да это хуйня, он наоборот сбугуртит, я спецом это не выбираю.
Yeah? Who did that? How fucking convenient. You think I'm fucking stupid, cop? What? How about the kid? Tell me. Magic
Что если я прострелю? Сейчас залью одну из твоих приятелей. Как насчет Кипчи? Он заправляет пистолет на Элизабет. Давай скажи еще раз, кто стрелял, какой-то волшебный снайпер. Пожалуйста, послушайте. Она поднимает обе руки, и ни один коп, ни один трибунал не решает. Он выстрелит, он ее убьет. Подумай. Харди признались, что повесили наемника все вместе, и сказал, мы вывели его на задний двор и повесили, сказал вслух в публичном месте. Неправильно слышала. Она и эти люди помогают нам найти убийцу. На нах. Дерг жучок из дула вылетает облачко дыма. Выстрел в знаменитых ушах, тонкий звон, почти писк. Потом кто-то... Потом что-то кричат парни Харди. Девушка распрямляется, оглядывается. Пуля прошла над ее головой и расколотила стекло в одном из окон. Они говорили, что убили его, что это хорошее завершение воскресного вечера. Какую тему? Тут следует действуй или будешь слишком поздно, или ситуация критическая. Это тут ебанутые ответы.
International something. International law.
Look around, you livestock. We're about to butcher the lot of you.
There will be ramifications, but there don't need to be. Let's go inside and discuss what our investigation has uncovered.
We're not fucking coming anywhere.
Say something. Get off this trail. Thank God it's only ineffectual thus far.
Rude. Rude is the killer. Rude, the killer. Owen Cloven. He doesn't talk much.
All of you cunts inside out.
The gunner, the raddest, the killer. What do you think he does?
There, on the rim of Owen
Он по бортику шлема Хункуевина. Маленькие фигурки с палочек. 19, 20, 21.
What are we waiting for? Let's blow that pig fucking mouth off his face.
Lance Corporal, just fucking shut up and wait for your order.
He is not used to commanding.
Он не привык ни командовать, ни вообще быть главным. Ему неуютно. Он бы лучше просто стрелял на поражение.
Yes. So what?
Yeah? So what? You should be drunk too.
Тебе бы тоже стоило бы быть пьяным, пьянее. Ты что, хочешь умереть трезвым? Не нужна мне сейчас выпивка. Вообще-то у меня тут вооруженное столкновение. Я не судил трезво и пожалел содеянным. Я тоже. Потанцуем, детка. Ничего не имею против. Пьяный.
Nah. I'm clear as day. Fucking government ordained.
Enough already! What is this? We didn't come here to fucking chat!
Сюда не пиздеть пришли,
Drop me
оказывается.
again and I will execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal. What's the matter, loincloth? Got your mouth full of dick. Think I'm gonna spare you? Why?
Shit, this is it. Tell him anything. Tell him you have more information.
Rude. Kill him.
The porcelain man raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His hands
Фарфоровый человек поднимает оружие и прицеливается в тебя, его руки крепки. Длинное оружейное дуло лишь слегка сводит из стороны в сторону. Где Ким?
From the corner of your eye, you see the lieutenant raise his pistol. He's trying to find a
Пытается выйти на линию огня, прежде чем человек с оружием тебя пристрелит.
You stare down the barrel
Ты
of
смотришь в дуло оружия, за ним маска Руда, его глаза в прорези шлема, они фокусируются на тебе,
like a camera
как
lens.
объектив
Is there
камеры.
anything?
Если что-нибудь, хоть что-то, чем мы можем защитить это хрупкое тело, пушка разнесет нас на куски.
A full suit of armor can't be too agile. You can shift direction faster than he can. The shot rings and you stumble. Something violent
Пиздано.
tugs at your shoulder, pushing you backwards with incredible force.
Что это такое? Гремит выстрел, и ты на мгновение теряешься. Жгучая боль вулкана взрывается в левом плече. Боль словно электрическим разрядом пронизывает тебя, и возникает мрачное понимание, половины тела у тебя больше нет.
He's aiming for the eye slot in Rude's helmet. And then 2 shots and you hear a scream. But you're too hurt.
Потом 2 выстрела сливаются в один, и ты слышишь крик, но тебе слишком больно, чтобы повернуться. Из красной щели шлема течет кровь. Он ослепил. И ослепший Руд пятится назад. Звуки, которые раздаются из шлема, кажется, не может издать человек. Невероятный выстрел делает лейтенант. Глен умирает в луже крови у тебя за спиной. Его грудь раскурочена 2 выстрелами. Кровь хлещет из ран алыми фонтанами. 2 холодных глаза смотрят на тебя. Через дым и панику пистолет в упор. Человек жмет на спусковой крючок. В его глазах счастливый экстаз. Он неестественно яркий и сияет, как звезды. Страх как-то особенно на него действует. Он зол, и это конец. Ёпта, блять.
You can't. There is no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire life.
Тут в глубине твоего таза взрывается, и всю нижнюю часть тела охватывает пожар, а ноги перестают слушаться. Ты валишься на землю, как тряпичная кукла. Они кричат, кто-то бежит, перепрыгивает через тебя. Ты слышишь, как выстрелы разбивают стекло, и человек кричит от боли. Знакомый звук.
His voice, he's not gonna make it. Warm blood pools underneath you. It's sticky. Don't go into shock. Hold on. Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain. Distant shadows cast by them.
You're bleeding out.
Истекающей кровью из темноты появляется силуэт, который склоняется над тобой. В знакомом голосе звучит волнение и страх. Ты чувствуешь, как обжигающие горячие слезы текут у тебя из глаз.
Yes, keep talking. You hear me? Stay awake.
But you can't.
Но ты не можешь, слишком трудно. Твои веки тяжелеют, а звуки отдаляются, подступает холод. Ким тоже где-то далеко, он почти пропал, но вдруг ты чувствуешь, что кто-то за его спиной. Тень возвышается над ним, кто-то стоит. Кто-то поднимает пистолет, лейтенант этого не видит. Он обеими руками сжимает твою рану. Нет, ты говоришь, ты протягиваешь ему сам свое оружие. Твоя рука дрожит, а глаза полны страха. Тут достаточно. Медленно нет времени. Стремительно. Как освобожденная пружина, лейтенант выхмахивает пистолет из твоей правой руки, разворачивает и стреляет. Ты слышишь рев боли, предсмертный вой. Потом звук пропадает, словно кто-то нажал кнопку стоп на магнитофоне. Романной фигуры больше нет, и Кима, и всего остального мира.
Brother, you already were a ghost. Up there screaming along with all of them. It's the living who are ghosts. The dead are silent. They don't...
The fight? There is no fight. The fight is over. It was lost. He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. And rotting. And being disinfected. And smelling of...
He can't go. Not before the cases. There is a radio in the distance. A radio of the world. Playing sounds. You're thirsty. Reach for the glass of water by the bed. The world is...
Hours turn to days.
Часы превращаются в дни, скоро мы встанем и снова начнем все сначала. Снова мы наконец-то знаем, что это была за адская машина снаружи. Зов трубы. Был он, эта адская машина. Он никогда не останавливается. Пиздовод.
You see the lieutenant's familiar shape in the orange jacket.
Видишь знакомый силуэт рыжей куртки Кима. От боли она двоится, а потом троится. И чего, ты жив? Вот это важно. С добрым утром, Парабеллум, говорит лейтенант. Он стоит посреди свежеубранной комнаты. Вентилятор обрамляет его голову, как нимб. А лицо распухло от синяков.
Yes. The joke wasn't funny anymore.
The close proximity of death must have made the lieutenant contemplate his life choices. He's done with the jacket.
Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took him an entire day. 2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take Dramamine and curse. And drink water. Pretty bad, officer. You've suffered 2 wounds. The first is below your shoulder. The bullet passed through your shoulder blade. The second shot hit you in the thigh, the left quadriceps. No major arteries were nicked, but the bullet had to be removed. Bacterial infection was treated with mercurochrome. We will see.
You won't be able to dance much, that's for sure. You should be able to live with limping around, though.
Not very. I have a concussion from the major beating me with the butt of his gun. Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. Easy now.
You can take it. Just don't lean on that leg of yours too heavily. Your balance is way off. You feel...
How are you?
He nods.
I honestly don't know. Do you? Because we can't talk to Everhart. The harbor's in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. Joyce has left too, thanks to our meddling. I don't know what to think. It might not have been a bad idea. There is a pin somewhere in the machine. Something is keeping Connell from sending in a death squad. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone. And Classio too. We really should have arrested her, you know? I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else outside our circle of suspects, was right. It better be. Everyone within the circle is either dead or gone. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect. What? Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected to the case. You don't have to keep everything.
He's wrong.
Okay. We should go upstairs, rethink the ballistics in situ. I agree with this. What else? We could find thousands more if we wanted. All of Revachol is full of them.
But they seemed so mysterious. There's a little pause. He says nothing as well. He does not know what to reply. Looks, it's morning outside, you think. He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
It can feel that way sometimes, yes.
That concussion must be making him dizzy.
Are you ready to limp? Good. Where do you want to limp to?
A gust of wind blows in from the bay. The duraluminum box around you vibrates imperceptibly. A familiar cold, a red thread on the roof upstairs. Taut, plucked like a string by the gust.
Why not? Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot through. I don't know. I can't think of anything better.
The 15th Indo-Tribe. Because there was. The 15th Indo-Tribe was comprised of 8 kids from Forburg and North Jamrock, running from wild dogs in the valley, hiding scents under rocks, and stealing clothes off clotheslines, and sometimes even the copper wiring of phone lines. You may have been one of them. The bathroom mirror has been wiped completely clean.
У меня тоже на 6:50 будильник стоит.
These papers bear the stamp of the RCM. They appear to be fragments of...
I had Garth open the door to your room. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night. Behind darkness, I get it. Let's go. I am sure neither of us feels solid enough to keep loitering in this room.
И чё, я даже ни разу не выстрелил? Заебись. Вот это да, бля.
Next to the stack of bills, you see a note. A few lines jotted down in large, uneven. I'm sorry, I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.
A gift. I am not drawing my gun yet, but I
Just don't walk into another radio trap, okay?
It's hardly surprising.
You look at her rough, jagged handwriting on the note. You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside, bathed in drug sweat and dirty linens. Bottles lie around everywhere.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusion. The footprints on the floor, however, definitely
Boring footprints. I want to jump to sensationalist conclusions. You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something. If your mesolimbic reward pathway were to venture a guess, you clearly see foot.
jackpot. These and
You see the same two neon-lit shapes.
this is ballistics.
A ray of backward motion. It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof. B triple prime. The island in the bay.
Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point. I remember. She was there that night. She would have known precisely where the bullet hole was in the...
She had a long time to think about it after, standing on that roof.
It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her? I don't know. At this point...
What difference does it make?
So it is.
For a second he seems tired. He sees danger. Another trap, perhaps. He must be cautious for there, across the grey water.
Я не понимаю, все нормально идет или я позорился как псих? И это фул руина. Что произошло-то? Ну, я прокликал там все, что можно было. Там, в принципе, нормальные были все ответы. Меня заставляли нажимать хуйню. И я ее нажал, блядь. Получился кал. То есть кал должен был получиться сразу, да? 17% на киллинг того чела тоже сомнительно, блядь.
Could be the makings of a sniper's nest. No, I just don't want to walk into another embarrassment. I am a creature of pride, you see. I'm afraid of...
It's not something he's proud of, but that's the way it is.
Okay, let's go to the fucking island. How do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone. Yes, but it'll take them days to give it to us. We could ask around in the fishing village. They had boats.
Пятница, суббота проскипано, воскресенье.
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you. You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you, let's be fair, defended maybe putting it a bit generously, though. I had a great view of you doing nothing to stop those psychopaths. Then I crawled inside. Bullets started flying. Anyway.
He really wants you to realize that he was also on the balcony looking by, in the danger zone, so to say.
I wish you a quick recovery. Also, you and your partner are staying here free now. This establishment supports cops. The stay is free, but the drinks are not. It just felt I needed to specify that. Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business. Yeah, I was. Yeah. That's because
Стоял на балконе.
It really took courage. Don't pick at him.
Yeah, I don't know. Clients were panicking. And also, I guess I sort of found out that I don't give a shit if I die.
He means it. It's not just boasting. It's something he discovered about himself. Stepping onto that balcony.
No problem.
Мне уже на все похуй.
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Seeing you approach, the bruised man.
Oh, it's you. Didn't think we'd see you walking anytime soon.
Huh? What?
He's very, very drunk.
Our condolences for your losses.
Titus is fucking dead.
What's gonna happen to the Hardy Boys? Look around you, man. This shit is done. There are no more Hardy Boys. No, man. I don't know. I guess the Union will still be policing the neighborhood, but who's gonna do it now? That wouldn't be funny, even if we weren't surrounded by the ghosts of our fallen friends. Does he look like he's okay?
He does not. His unshaven face is almost grey, and while still alive, he has abandoned his own body to decomposition.
He wasn't. That's the thing. Titus, Theo, Dennis, Angie.
There's nothing left.
This is a broken man. He probably feels that he should have been able to protect the others somehow. And now he feels guilty for not dying with them, or instead of them. I'm not suggesting much. All I'm saying is, he lost everything.
The eyes looking back at you. He's not gonna get over it.
Damn songbird of misery, that one.
And do you have any information on this songbird of misery?
God said she took off sometime before the firefight. That's all. Trying to remember.
She's gone. Face it.
Yeah, you too. It's a rough world out there. It's not easy being a cop. Both of you. We shouldn't have fucked with you like we did. You got between us and a lot of bullets in that fight. Matinees owes you one.
That's kind of you to say. Take care of your friend, okay?
I will. You take care of yours.
A sharp pain shoots up your side and into your stomach. You must not look too good.
Yes? Yes? What about me? No.
The lieutenant nods.
Good.
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. This was Cindy the Skull. The lieutenant crouches, touching the
Looks like it, yes. This is still fresh. It wasn't here yesterday. And blood. Some of it is...
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable? The fuel oil catches fire immediately with a low hiss. A bright orange flash across the surface of the lettering. Rain turns to vapor above the burning message, mingling with the black smoke. The lieutenant has taken a small step back. He looks at your face illuminated by the flames. The flames warmed him too. Not at all.
Let's go to the island.
Slowly, the flames.
Mon Dieu! You set it on fire. What kind of a policeman are you? Apocalypse? I don't know what this means, officer. I'm sorry, but thank you.
Wow! A cop limping down the street, bleeding from the shoulder, face bruised, looking like hell? Cool! That's cool!
Between you and me, this is why I don't get involved in local politics. So it goes.
Hello again, sir. Are you interested in a new...
Give me a moment.
Никого тут нету. Interesting.
trap is full of low. Poor thing.
Man, you're like bleeding now.
The scruffy haired.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. Even I can see that. I told you not to bring your trouble with you, though I suppose you took the worst of it. Turns out you were your own ill omen. I'm not sure those were the last of the men with guns either. There are always more coming.
The trap is filled. Off. A few low thing.
Это какой-то мозгриш.
Just dead and poor thing.
Заебись.
That felt good. Your heart's pounding. No, you shouldn't. You're an officer of the law. That's the spirit. Never forget. The whole world's a wooden house, and you... To the left of some croissant. A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel okay. Here.
A lorry stuck in the... The boyadero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
Any political movement goes through a period of strife. Shame you got, yet it goes back to an older era where this was commonplace. Hiding, gathering themselves. The harbor's in full lockdown, friend. No getting in or out, for the time being. Time will tell. I'll tell Everard you drop by. I'll be okay here, doing lookout. Quiet this, don't worry about me. I live to alleviate the worries of our brothers. See if any insane killers turn up. You know it, friend. I'll be okay. Don't worry about me. I live to alleviate the worries of our brothers. I'm sure I'll be luckier than you, friend. I'll be okay. Don't worry about me. I'm sure I'll be okay here. Don't worry about I'm sure I'll be luckier than you, friend. My man, you're alive. Almost. Kind of. Sort of alive? Man, what a day. I missed out on most of the action, but I heard it was quite the encounter. So what's next? You guys heading back to GameRock now? Talk is local union muscle are behind it all. I'd reckon the case is closed, even if it kind of turned. Good luck with that, my man. Ain't easy being you, but hey, you're still breathing, right? Okay.
Is it wise to share information about the case like this, sire? The lieutenant throws you a quick, what are you doing?
Woof. Good on her. And good on you, too, my man. Merciful. Downright merciful.
He's clearly relieved.
All right. That's enough sharing details about the investigation for one day.
Nope. Don't smoke. Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few around. When...
Hey, isn't he, like, smoking right now?
Okay. But this is my last one. And it's a bad...
Are you sure you don't already have lung cancer?
Officer, what happened? You're wounded.
She sounds almost disappointed with you, reprimanding you for falling and hurting your knee.
Look at you, you can barely walk. Doesn't look like nothing. Looks like you've got banged up. What happened to you anyway?
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about, madame.
So you're a killer? That's good, I guess. Better than being dead.
Оказывается, я-то, блядь, который ни одной пули не потратил.
Hi. Of course. Can I help you with something? That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead. Used to be some kind of fortification there before the war. For the communards.
Hasn't been there herself. Who has then?
If you promise to bring it back, and no scraping the hull, I just got it nice and yellow, and no drinking on the boat, and no joyriding.
Of course, ma'am. It's only for a day or two. Official police business.
Aye. See, that makes me not want to lend you my skiff. On a boat, rocking leads to capsizing. That there is an absolutely 100% rock-free skiff. You got that? My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed like a bad place to drink to me. The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. I tell them not to, but they bring back old bullet casings and twins. God forbid they bring the girl along on some rickety barge.
Can we maybe ask your twins about that place before we go?
Be my guest. They've a strange way of talking. See, well, most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up, but it's a small tank.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone.
And that iron. That's, nothing. It's just a seaford and some plants. You can take a raft there. And we make a fire. We make a fire. Mm-hmm. Gather the sticks for the fire. And bullets.
Bullet shells. There are a lot of them left over from the war. But this could be important.
They're alive. The fire guy comes and asks us.
They must mean a human being on that island, but it's cut off.
No. Yes.
Let's go with yes.
Because he asks to put the fire out. I don't know. He doesn't like it. Yes.
Because he doesn't want to be found. Smoke traces. A suspicious request. Made out of fear.
I don't know.
Did you mean there are electrical lights?
Yes. Our father killed himself. Don't say that, he didn't. I'm sorry. There's
Lights, fire guy. We should check up on that island.
skiff with a small steering engine in the back floats on the calm mirror of the... Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle, and you're off into the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you. Are you sure you want to go? Have you made all the necessary preparations? Closed all your accounts? Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
What? Fine, why not?
Very cool. Now tune it to Sad FM. You know you want to.
Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Eternally. Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last Want to be free. Eternally.
The boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. In the silence, a sputter of wings. There is very little wind here today. The ghost is standing still. You look. Let's go. The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot on the coast.
Ah, yes, so it seems. For bringing munitions to the island, maybe? And supplies? You could...
As a defensive measure, lock it off that side of the bay.
From enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol. This sea fort was a revolutionary fortification.
The dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. Far away, birds' wings touch the still surface of the sea. The flock of quail departs, now more than 100 meters away, 102. On the islet, there is almost no wind under the rain quietly falling on the reeds. Bulrushes swaying on the waterline like a silent orchestra tuning at the beginning of some major of great importance to the few who attend. A silent hiss, sea air moving through the needles, the faraway roar of the city, distant like today's dream. Before it, the sound of raindrops fall, a low hum. The air slowly moves through a concrete box, through its ancient slits and cracks, resonating. Air flows out of a pillbox window. There is very little there. The air cossets flowers on a meadow. A drop of rain falls on a black log of an col de Mamadakwa. We are way out now. No, it's just your imagination. You can't hear such things.
Yes?
This is where a lesser man would stop to think about the pain shooting up his right leg and into his brain. Not you. You're concentrated on how.
It is. Is that why we are stopping?
The lieutenant nods in silence. ICM? This feels familiar somehow.
Insulindian Citizens Militia. It's the official name of the communal.
Sounds an awful lot like.
It does. The RCM may descend from the ICM. It's impossible to say. It was chaos after the war. The name was good for getting people to join us. Revachol West was most...
Nice political thoughts rush through you. A mediocre athlete would pant from dragging around his body on a busted crutch. But not you. You're thinking about politics, with blood dripping down your thigh.
This is better preserved than the others. You can still read the sign. No, an upside-down star.
With its horns in the sky, the symbol of the commune.
No, that's the uninhabited...
A DeLorean-era symbol of Insulinda, known as the face in the sea.
Там что-то какие-то двери. Я пройти туда не могу.
magazines. Most are soft covers, serialized fantastique and detectives among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories. You find a magazine.
Someone's made themselves a home.
Soft covers, serialized. There's a greasy old spring mattress in the...
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh, recently washed.
You force the rest of the sentence out.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead. Yes, anytime. If you need a rest later.
You don't have to be a hero. Oh, glorious Phontum, you wear the full set like a true-born hero. The ultimate performance of fun flows in you. You are literally untouchable, a god among men. Go on, the fucking sunset awaits, Phontum, right? Old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift, with makeshift electrical wiring running out of its. The lieutenant puts his hand on the metal barrel.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired. Downstairs, somewhere? Liquid carbon. I would imagine it takes mazout. The kind that's favored by vagrants and fuel thieves. It's been a long...
If anyone stayed here, they'd... A hollow ring. The canister is empty. Dust falls from the generator.
I don't know. I'm not a philosopher. Someone with basic electrical skills has restored it in order to keep the room warm. Maybe it's the fire guy.
The wind outside picks up suddenly, with a faint...
Здорово, Дима.
Green paint flecks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel. A frequency band.
The console of an anti-computation device.
Ты знал, что Шварценеггер директор по экшену в Netflix? Нет, не знал. А ты знал?
Urgence, ouvert, allumé, radiodiffusé. Sounds like this device was used to control the electronics here. Maybe it still does.
This device was used to control the electronics in the room. It could open doors. The dial slides under the glass, silently. You make out defunct stations.
Я только узнал. Я тоже только узнал.
Insular. This is an off-air radio computer, I believe. used for military communications.
Nothing happens.
We need to restore power before using this, officer. The generator, it didn't look like there was fuel in it. We should look around outside. There are barrels all over. Maybe one of them still has something in it.
The boat engine.
My kinema? I don't want to do that. Let's just look around.
The consul stands by, mutely.
Мотивацию поднять. Контент скинешь, не скипать. ТХК. Это разъеб нах. Трек скинуть с доната. Ghost and Sidewalkers. А название я не знаю. Я не знаю, это типа автор так или это название трека такое. Загугли. Go Inside Walkers вроде так. Skeleton Walkers, что-то такое, блядь. Надо было сегодня день убийства устраивать вместо стрима. Сегодня тильт стрим какой-то, я пизда тут опозорился. Внимание, спасибо за внимание. У меня тоже жара ебашит. Это лето. Ой, кстати, нашел топливо. Фига себе.
There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures.
B triple prime. This looks like a good place to shoot from.
A single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Brand name, Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, and an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts. The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand, Tio Moteri.
Could be a coincidence. Or the same person has visited Land's End. I didn't see any signs of smoking.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window. Quite old and grimy from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain. The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water, the ruins look familiar. The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the whirling in rags, Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 10, the doomed commercial area. A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire, Capeside apartments.
В центре диска, ёпта.
The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. You see a small fleck of white on the rooftop, the upstairs window of Clausia's room.
Do you have a line of sight to the window? I can see it, through the scope of a rifle. The shooter would be prone, lying on a mattress, barrel resting. I think we have it. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
Affirmative.
It's only moderately effective cop work until we have the weapon. It will not be, how do you say it, booyah, until we have that. Where?
He does not answer, just nods. He feels uncomfortable.
We should move now.
Пошел трэш. Кто позвонил в участок, чтобы сообщить об убийстве? Кто? Этот, что ли, сейчас позвонит? Да ну нахуй. Пожарник? А, нам квест дали, чтобы отдохнуть. Ну давай тогда отдохнем.
Greasy old. The bed is quite you face the concrete wall. There's less light there in the dark corner. Like you didn't realize how tired you were. Your body is still nowhere near here. The blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. You feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch from the blackness. Sleep.
Вот когда стрим закончится, блядь? Почему такие вопросы задаются? Надо наоборот писать: кайфоломи нах, подрубай, когда стрим закончится. Ну ёбаный в рот, а. Часок, я думаю, еще похуярим. Скукатория, блять. Ну ты, может, всю картину не знаешь, а так охуенно. Бля. А где мой... К цепи спуститься? Где мой этот интерфейс? Я что, луначу? Цепь какая-то ёбарная. Бля, что я делаю? Где задания мои? Что происходит? А, вот она цепь-то, блядь. Войти в воду, как Дэрил Диксон. Я хожу по воде, я Джизус. Ёпта. Светоч гуманизма, интернационализма и социального государства поворачивается к тебе лицом. У нее в руке дорожный чемодан.
This way you're already talking. But you don't even want to talk to her. She would only be cold and mean. Let her go. Let her go. This is the holy queen of the territories of Muindi and Insulinda. Win her back. How does that fit in here? And what is the holy suzerain doing here anyway?
I'm going to Morova, to live there in Grad. It's 1 million kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime. Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown, a toothbrush, travel documents, the crown of immortality. Oh, this. This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say. Silence. Her nuptial gown flows in the wind.
Anyway. No, Harry. It's just regular skin. I'm not as beautiful as you always thought I was. let's not get into.
Надо гнуть дальше линию.
Does not answer. There's that silence. A distant wind blows.
Я чё, зря шизил просто так все это время? Надо соответствовать.
No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets. We don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been... It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now.
I don't want it. It looks expensive. I don't want it. Please don't give me any gifts. I don't want it. That's not what figurines do, Harry.
She looks at the headless found rider between your fingers and doesn't know what to say.
Harry, I don't want things. I want to go to the aerodrome. I didn't ask for things.
Во, легендарная это
I would have liked the
ачивка.
headless fallen rider back then.
Убийца людей.
I don't know what you mean. Dolores Day. Oh, Harry, you shouldn't have done that. Call me like that.
You ruined it. There was still a chance. You should have waited longer. She would have called you instead.
Oh, Harry, do you really think so? We haven't talked in years. I don't want to call you. I don't want to hear from you. I think of you less months already. Soon it will be years. Every season that passes, the light gets less clear.
The air gets cold around you. She looks down on her stomach, then up at you. Black-eyed dogs wander the alleys. Apple trees hang their bony limbs low over the patchwork of roofs. Red and black. Revachol West, the evening sun. She's left and bloomed, far away from us, our vast soul.
Yes, Harry, I am. Things have gotten much better for me, now that I am the ruler of the known...
A tiny golden watch with red straps around her bony little wrists.
It's not, but... I don't know why I said but. There is no but. That's it, yes. We've talked about it a million times. You will get over it, just like I did.
Where in hell? Stop. You're only making it worse for him. You never help with anything. Oh yes, she'll come around now. I made her love you again, Harry. Are you stupid? She's about to say something. Here it comes. She started to. Her innocence, Dolores Day, fiddles with the handle of her airport bag. She has a pain. See? She isn't saying anything. I don't understand. It was, she herself said.
We were bad for each other, okay? I was bad for you. Can you not see? I'm bad. I had to stop. I couldn't just turn into a bad person. You will. It just takes some time. For you, I think it will take something like 20 years, maybe? It was hard for me too, you know? I used to think I couldn't live without you. But I can.
She keeps her shoulders squared and her back straight. But it's clear, you're still... It's not. It's just not possible. It's like eating rocks. You just can't do it. There is a silence. She looks at you, then over her shoulder. As you talk, it feels like chewing on gravel, granite, steel bars.
Yes. But that time is gone now. So very gone. No, Harry. We can't. We already tried again, and it didn't work.
Is that how it is now? We should just try all good things twice, and then give up. Not you too.
Yes, of course. You've got everything under control, and I'm hysterical because I don't want to keep hurting you.
She does not seem relieved at all. Glances over her shoulder, then at you. The neon sign of the video rental beams behind her. Your feet still tremble from the steps you took, as if over an enormous distance, standing against her. Her body close to you. Right, she is not kissing you back. Her hand does not return the grip. Her body is rigid. Distrust. For you. The curve of her spine. Her shoulders hunched. She keeps herself stiff. Her chest rising like a pillow. Warm exhalations against the side of your mouth. Her tender soul moving through her lungs. The delicate wreath on her forehead pressing into your temple. The silver is cold from the spring evening air. The moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours. Trying hard not to look at you. When she withdrew, and you held on to her hand, she tried not to look at your face and see. Brother, you should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I failed you. She breathes out heavily, as if something painful has passed through her, and shakes her head. She shakes her head one more time. The evening wind rustles her hair.
Why did you do that to yourself? You know I don't cheat, Harry. I never cheated on you. No, Harry. Not yet. There is one more thing you have to see. I'm pregnant. You know what this means. Of course not. I terminated yours. Don't you remember? You poor fuck. Now, go ahead. Ask me more questions. Let's talk about something else.
No, this has to end. Do the last one. More questions. Ask more.
That is very contested by modern historians. Very contested. You're only saying this because things didn't work out between us. I have to go to the aerodrome now.
Stop making her angry. She won't start loving you again if you call her a mass murderer. Seriously.
You were very bad to me too. We've talked about it like 7 million times now. I don't want to do that anymore. I have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8:30.
I was wrong. You don't have power over her anymore. You shouldn't have said that. I am wrong about everything. You should go on without me.
That was someone else. I betrayed her, overwrote her, and I'm happier for it. And I'm really going now. The time is up. Yes. I won't see you, but you will see me. Oh, Harry. This is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Morova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? A year? 2? Right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful and young. And I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum, like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness. After leaving you the first time, so long ago. Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death or war or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. See you tomorrow.
You're up quick. How was your sleep? I did not want to wake you. Perhaps I should have? Was it a job dream? Don't worry, detective. We'll solve the case. Are you ready? Okay.
He's still worried. You must have really thrashed and squealed in your sleep. This old cylindrical jet. The lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up
Полный бак.
as you tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid pours out, and the room fills. There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder. The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old...
That should be it.
A dim golden glow animates the console. Faint.
It's on. Turn emergency open.
Automatic boot.
I think, yes. Let's see. That one. The emergency open.
The lighting in the room turns on with a sizzle. The dial slides under the dusty glass.
Insular. This is an off.
The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in. A sudden wave of anxiety makes your skin crawl.
After you.
An old man, wearing tracksuit trousers, leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. Unclouded by cataracts, his eyesight is sharp. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything. The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
The words, "I am an enemy commander," sound cold.
And what rank would that be, dog? A big wheel of the 4th Regiment of the pederast. It's out of bullets.
Like an amputated limb in the sand. His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels, surprisingly, the rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burned into the wood.
Worn. Personalized even. Looks like this weapon has seen a lot of use, hasn't it, sir?
No response from the old man. The plastic cape around his shoulders.
Jacketed. Military-grade ammunition. Stable in flight. Good for hitting something that's very, very far away.
As he speaks, he stresses every word. He's liking this. The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitching. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession in time. No reply. His leg twitches.
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, political commissar. I am a deserter, partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? You're a holdover from the...
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in GameRock, you know. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
No. I've been on other islands. I was an resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E-48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago. I was just 16 years old, 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. And of courage, too. Well done. I won't explain it to a minion of capital. It's not an island, Dwat. It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I am its last survivor. The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. Against the whole world. Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone. Sure you are. You're RCM. Answer me. Who calls an operation against 50 million people Deathblow? Iblis. The black-eyed angel. How does anyone survive? I steal supplies, vegetables, I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool.
He does seem frail. Gaunt for his age. More like 75 than 65. Trouble putting on weight.
The RCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns.
You also have Druamine.
There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black. Administer morphine. Moribund. I have been running out of that stuff.
There's no way he could manage the pain without them. It's safe to say he is addicted to painkillers by now.
It's the little joys. A dark joke. A sunshiny day. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of... I don't even know what. Inferno?
I would imagine it gets tremendously difficult, mentally, to live in isolation.
Traitors. It's better alone. I watch the people of this city turn the lights back on more and more each year. Ruins, glimmering in the dark, like a fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
It was hard in the Thames. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. But GameRock, Forberg, and others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequencies dead. At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted.
Причин тряски Фимос.
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right? I know.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounging on others.
You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map he's walked across. Wait, how did he get down there?
I didn't have to. Came in through the storm drains.
Storm drains?
There used to be a system that connected the bunkers, tunnels and such, under the church and everywhere. Most of them are gone now. Collapsed. Just bricks. All the old the propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda a lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground. I do. They're good. Plenty of tar. I like that boy on the pack, too. Reminds me of the last century.
The old man looks across the water, at the city, the ruins, the moat.
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army. Like you belong to the Moralist Party. You're with the RCF. The coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol. A so-called Lieutenant W. Freighter. Let's. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal. Rene, the royalist on the coast, said,
What? You're with the RCM. Let's take me.
A spray of Rene,
Only the army. Liberal reactionaries signed it.
Is that part of why you've been here all this time? Because the party didn't surrender?
He just wipes the blood from his chin.
You're insane. Radio show. 43 years and 10 months. It's too long. It's not how a human being should live.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
Where the afternoon grows late, on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, people walk home. Street lights will soon be lit. Further inland, the streets are alive with workers, men, women, children. Two police officers step out of the Whirling in Rags cafeteria. Satellite officer Jean-Vic Mayer inspects a patrol officer Judith Minot points west. The fishing village. She glances at her watch. We meet in 15 minutes. The officers go, leaving behind the writing, still smoldering. One day.
Always waiting. For her to return.
Her who?
Girl child. Revolution. It won't. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind and themselves. The historic opportunity for our revolution has passed. There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce. What have I used it for? I've used it for...
Here we go. A trail of blood. The lieutenant smells it too.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? I've used it to kill people.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war. Class war is never over.
So he's continued killing after hostilities ended. Okay, okay. Go in straight. No euphemisms. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
I don't want to tell you anything, you grotesque.
And why did you think that was a good idea?
The who now? Oh yes, that one.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
Tear into him. Pile it on him. Everything. The scent of blood in the air. But what else? Something about the tracks. Suddenly, all those tracks are so confusing. Go with something else first.
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies. Did you like the view?
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle in your... You've been here a long time, Mr. Druss. Too long. You clearly need medical aid.
I'm ready to die.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascies for fascists. Done his part.
You're sad for your fascia brother, aren't you? One twig got broken. Now the others are sad.
Almost. He almost burst out there. Keep piling arguments. Anything.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer pistol. I've seen you prance around with that. Jumping hoops for the liberals. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons? Going against automatic rifles with these toy guns. Of course you got those boys killed.
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen. So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it? 4.46 jacketed ammunition, modified for range. Good. This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder.
This pushed him, but not enough. Just a little more. Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clausia's roof. There were Maybells in the grass when you got here. They're revolutionary symbols from the war. Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Clausia's bedroom. Now, they're gonna come up. You got it. Remember? The boot prints were like no modern soul. Maybe don't beat yourself anymore, though. You're not immortal.
Everything is brands with you individualists. Who cares what brand my shoes are? Sansa. Some shit.
Show me the souls, please, Mr. Druss.
Fucking imbecile.
The maker is called Sensory. You see their V-shaped logo. These are not the unusual horizontal patterned souls you saw in the dust on the floor of the hidden room. They do, however, seem to be about the same size.
The size fits, but not the soul.
Sire, he doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
Я то же самое подумал.
Racking those brains, are you? Desperate to report something back to your masters? They must have really loved that dead fuck.
The lieutenant gives you a quick sideways glance and nods to acknowledge. The prints were his. You can see it in those eyes. He can't keep them from flickering, looking for something. The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly, some strange process within him. A gush of wind. Seagulls in the distance. You've almost got him. Just the last little push.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them.
He seems tender suddenly, nostalgic even. A strange mood.
So many this year too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away. They blossom on the islets before we fertilize them with our blood. Resurrection was snow white in May before they ruined it.
South, the Bay of Martinez is dotted with little freckles of islets, turning green, with white flowers in white snow.
The coast, too, before they piled their containers on top of it, filled with broken, useless trash for fat-fingered bourgeois children to play with.
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know any secret paths? Pinball workshops?
I may. Classier.
He knows her, but hadn't heard the name.
With the victim. You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armadillo. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer, dripping with blood. Beating us to the ground, moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner. Got your attention. Now you stop eating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him, not killed him.
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
The lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you. Hush. He does not need to be pushed anymore. The ball is rolling.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them, in phase. And I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face. And his dick still in her.
There, a hot flash of rage almost carries the smile away. Some dark.
Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white, or what's left of it anyway. My last spring here. I knew the fact, and so they did.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
Yes.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night, before you shot him?
The old man, not...
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from. You can coax it out of him. The lieutenant's preparing the ground.
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
I'm always looking.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
And if you don't like it?
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
You've got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift. Is what you plan to say before you can get past.
Officer, are we sure? We could maybe get more.
The old man looks at his rifle. You startle him. Maybe it was a silence. He quickly gathers himself. Still, what could he be afraid of?
Them. Fucking. I didn't like that. Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself, drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman, and I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more second, writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her. But you can't have everything.
He wants to see her covered in blood, to punish her.
Since she came to Martinez, I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have her skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving.
Past the Fell building on the coast? What was she doing there?
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her, smoking. She was nervous, but not scared.
And beautiful.
Her passport and tickets to Villiers. And from there to Caefolomy. After she was gone...
Did you keep what was in it? When we found the submersible, it was empty.
No. Why would I do that? I didn't need tickets to Villiers. I put them back.
This implies that he's thought about extorting her. Also, a little inconsistency here. He was surprised to hear her name Clausia before. Would he not have seen it on the documents?
It didn't say Clausia in there. It was something. I don't remember. It was dark that morning. I only remember her face on the photo. Why would I need that trash? I'm not going to Villiers. I did. She had a face like an archipelago, with those birthmarks, and a body hard and lean and bruised all over, black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating. I could see who she was, too. A spy, on the run. Revachol's the cloaca of capital now. All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here to do drugs and have sex like animals.
You could tell she was a spook from the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo, and glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of...
The bruises. You can't make that out in a scope.
You can't see bruises through a scope. It's just a blur. She practically breastfed that man. You wouldn't believe the things she let him do to her.
The old man raises his gaze. Something glimmers in the corner of a bitter taste on his tongue.
There's nothing to hold on to. Only this.
The coals of his eyes glisten suddenly, like stones dripping with water. Is he crying?
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. It's weakness, I know. Yes, over the years. It's not unproletarian to feel something. No. I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying, like a child, in the corner of our room on the floor, like she does sometimes. The day after I killed him. Yes, I don't know why I do the things I do anymore. Maybe, I told you, I have holes in my brain now. I wouldn't just sit here waiting for you.
A sudden pang of rage.
If you came 10 years ago, I would have killed you.
In the silence, the lieutenant draws a line. One more down. He must have climbed to the roof, maybe.
I have my ways.
You've been through the secret route behind the whirling rags. Those were your footprints. You just changed your shoes.
I've been through all of Martinez.
Thank God, the lieutenant is picking it up.
But that noob too?
Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me. I've seen people do some shit, but...
Those two took the cake. You hear the familiar scribble of the lieutenant's pen. A quick glance. One more loose end down. We're doing this, detective.
How did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop.
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hour is a good time. The kitchen's empty.
You had to open the steel door in the kitchen?
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
Andy found use for it. A spare key, like the one hanging behind the Union Box window.
One more thing. The flowers, Mr. Dross. The dried flowers that were on the roof.
What about them?
There. He's already admitted to it. Just ask.
Да он же 10 тысяч раз сказал, что это он, блядь.
I did. I shouldn't have. It was a mistake. I was there one night and she was crying. The day after I killed him. Yes. I don't know why I do the things I do.
Ну, блядь, тут уже было же это, не?
Maybe
a sudden pang.
If you came 10 years ago.
In the silence, one more down.
Her.
The lieutenant nods at you. That's it. Motive.
Where is she, that classier? I haven't seen her there for days. Locked up with your masters, like I'll be. Maybe we'll meet. She kept staring into the scope, you know. In the end, staring at the island. The fort. Like she knew I was here. It doesn't matter.
Midtown, across the Bay of Rivershell. The oceanic wind washes 40-story towers. Above them, Lusan Central Aerodrome. A cocoon suspended in the sky by a web of suspension wiring, encircled by hybrid aircraft. On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamines, barbiturates, and alcohol. Yet still, she smiles among the crowd, among the great ghosts, smaller, distant, hidden. Not like the great chandelier she sees sparkle in the night below her. There, on a dilapidated jetty, in a nameless village, 2 police officers and 1 special consultant look across a narrow strip of sea. The ruins of a seafort stick out of the water, built by Philippe II. Reappropriate. He's there, doing what exactly, I don't know. Satellite Officer Vitmer points at the ruins. Special Consultant Heidelstein is optimistic. We'll see the boat when he comes. Let's go get a coffee until then. I know this interesting little place. Where? His voice trails off as the men go. Patrol Officer Minnow looks back over her shoulder at the crumbling fortification like a rotten tooth. Good luck, Harry, she thinks. You need something.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
Who knows what he's seen and done over the years? You could get more out of him. He like enough. Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end this.
I ain't going.
The old man stares despondently.
Единственное, что я не сделал, найти все элементы брони и позвонить в участок, блядь. Может быть, он и позвонил, может быть, он знал, кто звонить. Короче, крутить мы его будем на следующей серии, я считаю. Орудие, мотив. Такая тема. Вот его пуколка, кстати. Так, ну чё, давайте, короче, до четверга I'll be back. Кланяемся.